The sun is a very big star that's over billions and billions of degrees that keeps the earth warm. It's very hot, and if we got anywhere near it, we'd burn up, as you can see in the picture over to the right. Mercury is the planet that is closest to the sun and is very uninhabitable because it's very, very hot, and if we tried to live on it, we'd all burn up. Venus is the second closest to the sun and also is very uninhabitable because of the large amounts of heat. If we tried to live on there, we'd all die. Earth is a planet that we all live on because it's got perfect conditions for humans. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. Plus, it's got the oxygen and carbon dioxide and all those other suppliers so that we can breathe. And then it's also got ways to release carbon dioxide from the earth so that we don't all die and stuff. Mars is known as the red planet. It's right behind Earth, about probably the same size, and could potentially be another planet that humans could live on because there have been sources of water that have been found. So eventually, maybe one day, if Earth has got some problems and we have to evacuate the planet, we could probably go to Mars. The asteroid belt is in between Mars and Jupiter. It's got a whole bunch of rocks in it that orbit around the sun. And sometimes a select few of those rocks may pull out of the orbit and come near planets and hit. That's how we get meteors. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. It's called a gas giant. And like most planets, is uninhabitable because if you tried to enter the orbit with all the gas, you'd explode before you'd be able to see the rockiness that the planet contains. Saturn is the next planet and is also a gas giant and uninhabitable for the same reasons as Jupiter. But one thing that's really interesting about it is that it's got rings around it made of rocks, dust, and a whole bunch of other kinds of stuff that may be in it. Uranus is also a gas giant and is very interesting because it's the only planet that orbits on its side. Now, it's also uninhabitable, same reasons, but it's got 5 moons. Neptune is the next planet and is uninhabitable for a few reasons. 1, it's too cold, and 2, it's also a gas giant. Now, Neptune is right in front of something called the Kuiper Belt, and I'll explain that in my next slide. The Kuiper Belt is right behind Neptune and contains things like comets and other things that are mostly made of rock and ice. Pluto is the last planet and is considered a dwarf planet, and it's uninhabitable because it's way too cold, and if we tried to live on it, we'd all freeze to death.